Hello dear students, hope you all are doing well. So let's start our online social studies class. And we completed already the chapters for our first term examination. And our first term examination, you all know that will commence from 10th August onwards. And as we in my previous class, we started revision of chapter 9, India, location and extent. We already completed the revision of chapter 1, evolution of man, chapter 5, our constitution, chapter 7, latitude and longitude, and now we are continuing revision of chapter 9, India, location and extent. So now you know that India is the second largest country in Asia and seventh largest country in the world, and it is located in northern hemisphere. As you know that the main physiographic divisions of India are northern mountains, that is Great Himalayas, the northern plains, the Indian desert region, the southern plateau, the coastal plains and island regions. So we already revised the northern Himalayas, Great Himalayas actually, the northern plains and the Indian desert region, that is third desert. And today we will start from the southern plateau. So I am telling you again that whenever you read this chapter, you always consult with Indian maps, physical map actually. So now I am showing you the map. You know, the southern plateau is also called as Peninsular Plateau. This triangular part, this is Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau is a tableland actually, which contains igneous rocks. The oldest rock you know in igneous rocks. This tableland of Peninsular Plateau contains igneous rocks. It is broadly divided into two regions, that is the Central Highland here and the Deccan Plateau. Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. One of the important features of the Peninsular Plateau is the black soil area, which is known as Deccan Trap. This black soil is very helpful to grow cotton. The black soil region is famous for growing cotton. Anyhow, the black soil originated from the volcanic eruption there. Here it is black soil region. Gujarat, Maharashtra. Here this part is black soil region actually. And now the Central Highland. Central Highland actually lies to the north of the Narmada River. You can see here Narmada River. The north of the Narmada River, there lies the Central Highland. It covers the major portion of the Malwa Plateau, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand and Chota Nagpur Plateau. So, Central Highland covers the major portion of the Malwa Plateau. You can see here Malwa Plateau, Bundelkhand, here is Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Clear? The rivers in this region flow from southwest to northeast. From southwest to northeast. Okay. It indicates the slopes of the Narmada River. Its slope is from west to east. The slope is from west to east. Just like here it is high and here it is low. It is from west to east is the slope. The Satpura range makes its northern part. Here Satpura range, clear. Okay. Satpura range makes its northern part, while the Mahadeva, Kaimur Hills and Michael range, here these ranges are Mahadeva, Kaimur and Michael ranges makes its eastern part. Chotanagpur Plateau. It extends into the northeast and Garo, Khashi and Jaintia hills are prominent ranges there. Here it extends northeast. Garo, Khashi and Jaintia hills are prominent ranges there. Now, eastern and western Ghats. Here, eastern, western Ghats and it is eastern Ghats. The eastern Ghats stretches from Mahanadi Valley. You can see here Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiri here in the south. Mahanadi to Nilgiri. Their width varies from 100 to 200 kilometers. No big river originates from the Eastern Ghats. However, the Eastern Ghats has been divided into several parts by large rivers. Average elevation of the Eastern Ghats is about 600 meters above sea level. And the highest peak is Mohenjo-giri. You can see here, Mohenjo-giri. It is the highest peak of Eastern Ghats. And this range is divided by many river valleys. You can see here, Mahanadi here, Godavari it is, then Krishna, then Kaveri. Clear? The Western Ghats now. It is Western Ghats. The Western Ghats stretch from the Tapti river. Here you can see Nambada and here Tapti. Tapi or Tapti. This Tapi or Tapti. The Western Ghats stretches from the Tapti river to Kanyakumari, and it is the tip, the southernmost tip of the mainland is Kanyakumari. Its average width is about 50 to 80 kilometers. It is narrower than Eastern Ghats actually. Western Ghat is not so broad like Eastern Ghat. It is the source of many big rivers. The Western Ghats are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. It is not divided. It is continuous, Western Ghat, and can be crossed through passes only. The highest peak of the Western Ghats is Anaimuti. Anaimuti. You can see here, highest peak of Western Ghat. Here. Now, the coastal plains. You can see here this green part, coastal plains. The Deccan Plateau is, this Deccan Plateau, this triangular part, brown colored. The Deccan Plateau is surrounded by narrow coastal plains on the east and west. The western coastal plain is a thin strip of coastal plain with a width of 50 kilometers. The western coastal plain is a thin strip of coastal plain, and its width is 50 km between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghat. Here you can see Arabian Sea and Western Ghat. It is divided into three sections actually. The Konkan, here the Konkan coast, Mumbai, Goa included this. In the north, the Kannar plains makes the central part, here the Kannar plains, and the Malabar coast that stretches in the south. The eastern coastal plain you can see here, is a strip of coastal plain with a width of 100 to 130 km between the Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats. Eastern coastal plain is broader than the western coastal plain. This eastern coastal plain is divided into two parts. The northern part, here, it is called as Northern Circus. Northern Circus. And it covers areas of West Bengal, here West Bengal and Odisha. This is called Northern Circus. And the southern part is called as Coromandel coast. It contains the deltas of the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Chilka Lake, you can see here Lake Chilka. Chilka Lake is an important lake along the eastern coast. And it is the largest saltwater lake in India. So, it was about western and eastern coastal plain. Now, the island region. India has two groups of islands, The Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea and the Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Firstly, the Lakshadweep Islands. These islands lie in the Arabian Sea about 300 km away from the Kerala coast. Here it is Kerala coast, you can see here Kerala, state of Kerala. It is away from Kerala, 300 km away from the Kerala coast. These horseshoe-shaped islands are mainly made of corals. And the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti, which is also its capital. These islands form the union territory of Lakshadweep, and this group of islands is richer in terms of biodiversity. Now, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are located in the Bay of Bengal. They are made up of about 233 small islands. 233 small islands, okay? And the northern cluster of islands are known as Andaman. Northern cluster of islands are known as Andaman. And the southern cluster is known as Nicobar. Andaman here and Nicobar here. And Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar. The islands are located close to the equator. For that, Andaman and Nicobar Islands experience equatorial type of climate and have thick forest cover. Okay. So, this was the physiographic divisions of our great India. And we completed the chapter 2, chapter 9. So, This much for today. Read each and every line of this chapter very carefully and always consult with the map. And in my next class, I'll go through another revision of another chapter. Okay? So till then, bye to all of you. Stay safe.